Oh,
All right, so for King Cool Online here with Tim Pingrey. How you doing, Tim?
better now.
You want to introduce yourself and tell us what we're here for?
Yeah, a few weeks ago, about a month ago, I was in a restaurant called Toni Pepperoni's, and I was treated very rudely.
Really?
Really rudely. My wife, my kid, my daughter, 18 months old, and then we had a friend's daughter who's 4 was with us. It was I don't know, it was like 8:25 we walked in.
Okay.
And I thought they closed at 10, so no big deal, you know. So as we're eating, I realized they closed at 9. So no big deal, half an hour to feed the kids. I didn't want to eat their food.
Right.
So immediately we walk in, I pay, I walk to the far wall and get a high chair for my daughter, bring it over. My wife puts her in it. I immediately ask the girls what they want. Oh, pepperoni pizza. So I run up to the buffet,
Okay.
get the pizza, bring it back. My wife is like, can you get me a drink? I'm like, yeah, sure. So I go get her a drink, and I get her a slice of pizza as well.
Okay.
So then I come back to the table and I go get myself some and bring it back. I sit down for about 2 seconds, start wolfing down a piece of pizza, and all of a sudden my wife is like, we gotta go to the bathroom. So she takes the girls to the bathroom.
Okay.
The girl we had with us fell in the bathroom because the floor was all wet.
Really?
Yeah.
Did she hurt herself?
I don't know. She not especially. She banged her head. You know, little kids fall, they bang their head.
Or was there any sign up or any shit like that?
No.
Nothing like that in the
No
bathroom.
wet floor sign, nothing. So my wife comes out visibly pissed off.
Right.
You know, because there was no sign.
Mm-hmm.
So she comes back to the table. I'm like, all right, well, let's hurry up. We'll get out of here. You know.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. She's not bleeding. You know, no big deal.
Accidents happen.
Accidents happen, exactly. So they come back to the table and they want another piece of pizza.
Okay.
So I run up to the buffet again and I grab pizza for the girls, and I grabbed one for myself. And I'm coming back with the pizza,
Mm-hmm.
and I set it down. My wife is like, "Oh, you didn't get yourself any?" So I didn't know what happened to my plate.
Okay.
It was sitting on the table, so while they went to the bathroom, I'm assuming the waitress
Like
came
the
and
bus
snatched
girl
it.
or whatever just cleaned some shit up.
Right. So, being it's a buffet, you know.
Just assume you grab another plate,
Right.
right?
So, I walk back up to the buffet. I'm coming back.
Mm-hmm.
My wife can't get my daughter back into the high chair, so she sets her on the ground.
Okay.
Immediately, she takes off. 2-3 tables over into the restaurant.
Right, little kids.
You know, so I'm walking back to the table and I set the plate down and I'm trying to help my wife get my daughter back into the seat.
Okay.
The little girl Ava picks up a piece of pizza, and as this happens, the waitress comes by and snatches everything off the table.
All the food that was there.
All the food, the drink,
She didn't say-
everything.
she didn't say anything
She
like-
didn't say a word.
She didn't say you guys are done or nothing like shit like that.
Nothing. Rushing us out, rude as shit.
Was there other people still in the restaurant?
No,
So you guys were
we
just.
were the only ones.
But still, it's a buffet, and what you know.
But still, it was literally 9:15.
And they still had you guys had 20 minutes to eat and
Right.
relax and do whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean, even if a place technically says the doors are at 9, it doesn't mean
Right,
like.
you walk in at 8:59, they gotta serve you
Yeah, exactly.
and be pissed off about it,
Right.
not treat you rudely.
Exactly.
and
I mean,
act
that
like
means you
assholes.
can't come in past a certain time, but you can
Right.
be there and you can eat your food and drink whatever you paid for. That's what you're there for.
Exactly. So, as we come back to the table, I'm like, "Hun, did you tell her to clean the table off?" She's
Right.
like, "No. Where's all the food?" I said, "I don't know. She took it." So, I walked up to the buffet to see if there was still anything up there, and everything was gone. So, I'm like, all right, I'm standing there waiting for somebody to come back out of the kitchen. I'm standing there maybe 5 minutes. Nobody comes back out of the kitchen.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, so whatever. I just walked away. I walked back to the table.
Now, is there still food at the buffet area?
No,
too?
they
All
took
that's
it all.
gone. Everything's gone.
Yeah, I was waiting for somebody to come back out to say, hey, can you just grab me a couple of the slices.
You'd assume they
there was like 6 peat pies
right. You'd assume,
on the buffet.
You'd assume they leave it out because what are they going to do with it? Throw it away? I mean,
right.
Or maybe they get to fucking take it home, or
right.
you know what I mean?
Right. So literally, all I wanted was for someone to come back out of the kitchen, and I was going to say, hey, can you grab me a piece or 2 pieces of that dessert pizza for the kids?
Right.
Nobody comes back out. So I walk back over to the table. This is where they got the dessert idea from. I don't know. I didn't freak out about a Pop-Tart. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
who freaks out about a Pop-Tart?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, the way it's portrayed, it's, you know, you went fucking crazy.
Oh my God, I didn't get a Pop-Tart, you sons of bitches. Ah!
Right.
Dude, no, so my wife is very heated at this point. She's like, fuck this place, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I'm like, hon, you know, we got the kids with us, calm down.
So your wife's the one that was upset then?
My wife was
fucking
very
livid.
upset. She was livid, you know. So I said, calm down, you know. I'm pretty much the only one that can calm this woman down.
Right,
too.
right, yeah. So I mean, it's hard, you know, you got your wife upset, you got 2 kids that are pissed off and get their fucking pizza.
Right. The 4-year-old had half a piece of pizza. My daughter had like 2 bites of pizza before she went to the bathroom.
Right.
Nothing afterwards.
Right.
You know, my wife got to drink half her drink. I paid for a drink that I didn't even get, you know, because I was tending to my kids, to the kids and my wife.
Mm-hmm.
So my wife was like, fuck this, let's get our money back. I'm like, all right, whatever. So we walk up to the counter, and there's I guess the manager was sitting at the counter, or one of the managers was sitting at the counter.
Okay.
And
young guy, old guy?
He was the kid on the news.
Okay.
With like the shaved head and the hat up.
All right.
And he had the green shirt on.
Right, right.
And he's like, dude, and he came up and he said, oh, we want our money back. And I said, real politely, no. He did not say nothing politely. He was like, no.
Just being an
No.
asshole.
Not giving you anything, sorry. Nope, we already made the drop. Too bad. And I'm like,
They could have at least given you like a voucher to eat there another time, or
something.
No, that's
Something.
allegedly what he says that he tried to do.
It's-
Is he said he was, hey sir, sorry about that. Here's some vouchers.
He
So
didn't
what
say
really,
nothing
what really
like
would
this.
happen
He
here?
didn't say nothing like that. He's like, I'll say whatever I want. I'm like, dude, is this how you talk to people? Is this how you talk to people every day in this restaurant? He's like, I'm like, dude, you're in the service industry. I worked in the service industry for years, and I've never talked to a patron that way. And he's like, I'll say whatever I want. And as he says it, he was sitting behind a counter about 2 feet. He takes his stool and he moves back even further, like about a foot and a half from the counter.
Okay.
Because he knew he was being a dickhead.
Right,
you know?
right.
So he's like, I'll say whatever I want. He points up at the cameras. Now, you don't see this on the news because they cut it. I noticed. I watched the video repeatedly last night, and I saw how they cut it up, dude. You
Right.
don't see him pointing up because he literally pointed up at the cameras and everything. And I'm like, all right, dude. And then he's like, my wife's like, we want our fucking money back. This is bullshit. We didn't get what we paid for. We want our fucking money back. And he's like, well, if that was the case, why'd you keep eating then, bitch?
He said bitch.
He said bitch.
To your wife.
To my wife.
In front of your kids.
Holding both the kids' hands right in front of them. My daughter, I looked down at my daughter. My daughter looked up at me like she heard a bad word.
Right, right.
And she just gave me this look, and I was like, hon, go outside.
Right.
I'm like, go outside. And she's like, what? I'm like, go outside because I'm going to talk to the man. And my daughter's like, Daddy, come on.
Well, I mean, it was definitely smart of you to get your wife and kids away from the situation. You can definitely tell that the man was trying to provoke you.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I knew I'll put it this way. I knew I was about to get belligerent with the guy.
Right.
But I'll tell you, I did not have any idea it was gonna explode to the magnitude that it did. Honestly. You know, I mean, I can sit here all day and say I don't condone these actions, but I think we both know better than that.
Right, yeah. Somebody disrespects your wife like that, you know.
I mean, yeah, I've talked to people left and right, and as soon as I tell them that, they're like, I talked to Deps in the fucking holding center.
Right.
And they're like, he said, what?
Yeah.
I'd have clocked his ass. And these are deputy sheriffs telling me they need to clock them.
Right.
So, you know, I told them to go outside. I waited for them to walk out the door, walk out the second door, walk all the way through the parking lot into the fucking car. And then I got belligerent with the dude and I started smacking shit off the counter. I'm trying to get him to come outside, so I'm like leading him out. That's why I came out, went in, came out.
Right.
I'm like trying to provoke him to come outside. And he just sat there and he's calling. I don't know if he was calling people from the back or whatever, but like 2 or 3 more kids ran out from the back with the pizza, like the things
the pizza spatula.
Yeah, the things you pull the pizza out of the oven with. And they chased me outside with it.
So they didn't show any of that?
No, they didn't show any of that on the news.
So they trying to swat at you?
Well, they were yelling, get behind him, surround him.
Surround, like they were going to jump you.
Like they were going to jump me with the pizza spatulas. So, you know, knowing what I know, I mean, I wasn't trying to get in the middle of that.
Right.
So I grabbed one of them by his throat and I threw him, you know, and then I heard my wife yelling, get in the fucking car, get in the car. So I ran for the car. And then they all came running toward the car. And I got right back out of the car. I'm like, get the fuck away from my car. My fucking kid is in this car.
Right.
Get the fuck out of here. And they all just like, they realized, you know, that there was a kid in the car and they just backed off.
Now where'd the broom come in?
Well, the broom came in. I walked out once, and as I walked out, he was like, oh, by the way, tell your wife I said have a nice night. And that's when I came back in the first time, and I slapped there was like a
candy thing or whatever it was right there.
Like a lollipop,
Bullshit.
Kiwanis bullshit on the fucking counter. I slapped that at him. And the next thing I saw was a broom leaning against the counter. So at that point, I was so pissed off, I wanted to hit him. So I grabbed the broom and I hit his ass.
Right. Now, did the pizza guys already come out with their spatulas when you had the broom? Or was this after?
This was after.
Okay. So what would happen if, you know, what were you thinking? What was going on? You know what I mean? Besides, obviously, you know what I mean? But like when they were all coming at you and everything like that, that's got to be a pretty...
Yeah, it was a pretty intense feeling. I mean, after I hit the kid with the broom, I missed the second time. And then I hit the cash register because I was pissed off.
Right.
And then I threw the broom at him. And then at that point, I just walked out. And then they came chasing after me with these spatula things.
What was he saying to you when you were hitting the broom?
What's that?
What was he saying to you when you were hitting the broom?
Oh, he didn't say nothing when I hit him with the broom. He was talking all kinds of shit before that.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah,
that's what he said.
Yeah, for sure. So, with all this that went on, what's your next step from here? I mean, what was your, like, when you went in the car?
Anger management.
Obviously, like, let's go from the time that you were able to get in the car, your wife was able to get you away from the situation.
All right, we left.
Okay.
I thought nothing of it, honestly. I thought, you know, whoop-de-doo.
Did you explain to your wife what happened? How later?
She saw what happened.
She got to see through it.
Yeah, she saw what happened. She was, and The only comment she made to me was when I called her from jail, she was like, Tim, you gotta watch your temper, you know that.
But in a situation like that, you're defending your wife
That's
and your
what
child.
I said to her. I said, you know, hon, I mean, what'd you want me to do? He called you a bitch in front of my child.
Yeah, exactly. And in any everyday situation, if you were at a bar, you were at a public event, anything like that would never fly.
Never.
But due to the fact that this guy was
It's in a restaurant.
he was making his $12 an hour,
Yeah.
at a fucking pizza buffet.
Right. It's a different scenario.
Exactly.
Totally. But if we were in a bar and he said that, bumped into me, and it would have been all out.
Right.
know?
Exactly.
So, and then I got to hear one of the comments he made on the news, and he said, "Oh, this event will be with me for the rest of my life." And I thought to myself, good, that was exactly the fucking point, asshole.
Yeah. 100%. Now, if you had an opportunity right now, I mean, obviously, he's going to end up seeing this. Other people are going to end up seeing this. What do you have to say to him now about the whole situation, everything going on?
I mean, you know, all in all, I definitely overreacted. I mean, I wish it would have went down differently. Yeah, maybe he would have offered me some kind of, you know, restitution in regard to the
Like I said, according to him in the news, he said that he was offering you comp parents.
right.
I mean,
he didn't say anything like that, but
what's he going to say? I called his wife a bitch and it provoked him into the situation.
right, exactly. He's not going to say nothing like that. But I mean, if that were the case, it would never have gone the way it did. You know, it wouldn't have. That's all there was to it. That's all there is to it. It wouldn't have went that.
What do you have to say to him?
Fuck you. You're a little dickhead. And I hope everybody remembers you. Because you're a douchebag.
Now, you got anger management over the situation?
Yeah. Originally I was charged with felonies. Obviously felony assault, menacing because of the broom.
Right.
You know. Not one of the 4 complainants showed up for court, which is absolutely amazing because they were adamant about pressing charges.
Right.
So, you know, I got lucky like an Irishman on that one, I guess. So, thank you. Fuck you, but thank you.
So after this, everything's all set and done then?
Pretty much, yeah. You know, I've been in drug court for about a year now.
Okay.
So
for a different instance?
Yeah, for a different instance. So the judge, it happened to be the same judge too. So again, I got lucky because of the fact that they had, when nobody showed up for the felony hearing, they had to drop the felonies to misdemeanor.
Okay.
So he put me on a sanction bail because of my drug court, put me in jail for 3 weeks, got me back out, commended me for my progress in drug court because of the fact that I've been in drug court for a year. No dirty taxes, no sanctions, not one problem at drug court. And I like I said, thank my lucky stars that they've had tabs on me for years, so they've watched my progression throughout this, you know. And now it's kind of morphed into not so much of a drug issue, but anger management, you know, which I'm not going to deny.
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
obviously you got upset. I mean, you know,
I got
you were
upset.
definitely...
I overreacted. You know, I could have handled this situation 100 different ways, but I chose to handle it one way.
Everything's said and done. You did what you did. It's already done.
Right.
A situation like this occurs again. How do you plan on handling that?
Not the same way, I'll tell you that much. Definitely not.
So, definitely sounds like, you know, it's working for you.
Yeah.
Anger management's starting to kick in. And,
Yeah.
You know, it sounds like you're about to make a new...
I mean, you know,
progression.
every experience is just that, experience, you know, for the next time.
Right, yeah, definitely. What's your next step? What are you going to do from here?
I registered for school today.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you gonna take?
I'm still open. It's called liberal arts.
Liberal arts. Okay, that's good. That's good. Cool.
Yeah. I've got a goal, but it's not quite school. But I'm not willing to disclose the goal at this point because, I just want to keep that under wraps.
Now, if anybody needs to get a hold of you, or anybody wants to talk to you about anything like this, or anything you want to come up with this, is there any way for people to get in contact with you?
Yeah, you can hit me up on my Facebook page, Timothy Pingrey, at facebook.com.
Okay.
Or no, it's facebook.com/crazytim2006.
What I'll do is I'll have a link on the website so you can get a hold of Tim if you need to talk to him for anything else, or maybe somebody might want you to have you like a talk or something like that to show people that you're a changed man and everything's going better for you instead of in the right direction.
Right.
So, anytime, Toni Pepperoni, anytime soon? Going back there?
No.
Huh?
I got 4 restraining orders against people I don't even know. So I hope I'm not in Fridays one night and all of a sudden fucking cops show up and they're like, "What are you doing here?"
Right.
Eating dinner.
Now, what flavor was the dessert pizza? Is my question.
It's like fried dough. Cinnamon and then like the little cream over it.
I would definitely smash it in the face for a slice of that right now.
Right now? Oh man. I'd steal a piece. I don't know about smashing somebody in the face.
All right, Tim. Good to hear from you.
Definitely.
Everything's going to be on the website tonight. You want to get hold of Tim? He's available for speakings or starting a new chapter in his life. Everything will be able to contact him.
Help with legal fees.
Yeah, definitely. And you have your legal fees and things like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Legal fees are out there. I mean, I didn't get off on a walk for nothing.
So what we can do is we can set something up where maybe a PayPal, you can set something like that up if you want to donate to Tim. Help this man start a new chapter in his life. Let him go to school, take care of his daughter and his wife. You're going to be able to get a hold of him at Tim Pingrey on his Facebook. And there'll be links to do donations and get in contact.
All right, now if you've ever had a problem at a restaurant and you want to just freak out, don't do it, okay? There's a website called peopleplacesandthings.com.
I hate.
Oh, peopleplacesandthingshate.com. Go there, express your views, tell your story, and don't freak out.